Hi, it's Debbie, and I'm back with another video from Just Pearly Things, the Pearly Person. This is apparently a bunch of feminists confront her. I am not a feminist, I'm a peopleist. So there's a lot of things that I actually do agree with the Pearly Girl on. I don't agree with her on the way she bashes all women and stereotypes them. So anyway, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, do that right now, and hopefully you can hit the like button if you like this video. So let's go ahead and get to the video and see what they have to say.
Okay, well, first of all, let me just clarify what happened. I came in asking, what does the red pill movement mean? Okay, that's literally what I asked.
Yeah, like, what do we think that it means?
What does it mean? Because I grew up in the 90s, and I watched The Matrix when it came out back in the 90s. So not to date myself, but I'm dating myself on purpose. And what I saw from that movie was Neo was given a red pill and a blue pill. And it was either you go back to this virtual reality that has been created for you, or you take this other pill that's going to take you into reality and it's going to suck, but take this pill instead. And that's what he does. I don't remember which one he takes. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. So then I asked her, okay, but can you clarify? Because that seems pretty self-explanatory. Taking a pill that's going to be explaining or opening up, broadening out your mind about what you're not used to or what you're not comfortable accepting. You've grown up accepting a certain reality, so then the red pill is about broadening up your mind, right? And then what we then started talking about was how the red pill movement has turned into a misogynist view.
Like man against woman views instead of just like the unspoken truth about life. It's kind of like about relationships and men and women, you know? So that's all we were saying. We were just kind of clarifying.
There was never any accusations that occurred.
Well, I think the red pill guys take it a little bit offensive because red pill is supposed to be just a rule set, I guess you could say, or something to kind of, it's not supposed to be like an ideology is what Rolo would say, the guy that mostly created. He would say it's a, what's the word? It starts with a P?
Praxeology.
A praxeology, yes. So that's why he might have felt some type of way when you said that, because it's not supposed to be a movement in that way. It's not supposed to be an ideology, you know?
That's what we were clarifying with each other.
Yeah.
But go ahead, girl. Sorry.
Well, I think it's just a lot of people like call it misogyny when it's not. And so, yeah, that's...
So let's define misogyny before we start everything.
The hatred of women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
Okay.
Were you all saying
yeah,
like
hate women.
the red pill is like rightfully so misogynist, or were you saying like people are labeling that wrongfully?
My question was, what is the red pill and why has it turned into a misogynistic ideal? That was my question.
Has it?
I never made any accusations. Like when I sat down, literally, I was just asking a question.
Okay.
Earl or Austin, one of y'all take over on this
Well,
one.
you said why has it turned into a misogynist ideal? So you think it's misogynist?
From what I'm aware of and from what I've seen so far.
So red pills
Some
specifically
of the-
misogynist.
Some of the clips I've seen
can I have an
have
example?
reeked of misogyny.
Can I have an example?
Just putting the fat comment the other day, that was inappropriate. I don't know why we made that comment or how we thought that was okay.
Which comment?
If you're over this amount of weight, no man's ever gonna love you.
How is that misogynist?
What's a realistic comment?
That would be fatness, maybe.
How's that
Are you
realist
talking about
comment,
me?
though?
What was the
I don't
weight?
know. I just saw clips.
Optimistic.
I haven't like tuned in live yet.
Okay. I didn't say no man's ever gonna love you.
Okay.
I
What
said-
did
I
you
said-
say?
I said no
So it was
one-
rude either way.
I said no one looks good over 300 pounds.
And that's a personal opinion.
Yeah, but it's rooted in data. Like if you look at
How is a personal opinion rooted in data?
Because we're talking about general opinions on the world and the way that the world views you. So if you look at dating app data, fat girls get less swipes.
Well,
okay,
but that's your personal experience.
No,
Well, that's not
no,
hers. That's the data's experience.
Yeah.
But
Data
the data.
from what?
But this is apparently
Data.
skewed
Dating
data.
apps.
The app? What app? Bumble, Hinge?
I don't know
whatever.
any of them.
Tinder?
Yeah,
Can I
there's
say
a
something?
list
No,
of
but
apps.
see, but now that's
Yeah,
generalizing.
I'll list apps if you don't know.
And
Well, listen,
I'll
I-
give you
I'd
I'll
agree
give you
that
the
it's all
I'll
of
give you the context of the conversation. Like a lot of times as women, like we don't live in reality, and I don't really understand why. Like in general in society, thin people get more attention. Thin people tend to be better looking. I'm not the skinniest girl around, but I can say that girls that
Maybe
are
in a
thinner than me
Western
are
society.
Hold on,
tend-
real quick. I can also say having all friends who have they're beautiful, have the best bodies, you know, are fit. When we go out, I talk about this all the time. It's usually I would be like, because all of them are really like usually most of my friends are Hispanic. I had to talk to myself and be like, dang, maybe it's like because I'm black and they're Hispanic, you know, like maybe that's why they get chosen. But really it's because, like you said, if you appear more fit, that's just kind of what guys want. Personally, I don't go for I go for a guy who looks more fit and like, you know, health wise.
And that's all like personal opinion, baby.
No,
look at that.
I'm just
Okay, but it is personal opinion. So how did this get into being misogynistic? Just by speaking those words that most men aren't going to want a woman that's over 300 pounds? I mean, yeah, everybody's got a personal opinion, but I don't exactly understand why that's misogynistic. Maybe we'll find out. It's been 4 minutes and 51 seconds and we still don't know.
Saying in Dallas, when we go out to the club and stuff, guys aren't going for me. Like they're going for my friend who's more fit, like, you know, more up with, that's just
and that might be an issue with men.
I also now want to give my personal experience.
But why are you shaming men for their standards? Because this is the thing. This is like a common shaming.
I'm not shaming.
Like, because you said that's an issue with men. That's what you said.
I'm gonna pick it back up.
You're immediately because you're saying that that's an issue with men. That is shaming. That's shaming language.
Okay.
And so you're basically when men say this is my standard, and then you say, oh well, it's an issue with men. And it's
Didn't you just shame someone for making a comment of like, oh, if you're a fat girl, not gonna get swipes? Isn't that shaming?
No, it's not shaming. It's based on data. It's based on what men tend to like.
The data
and so
I guess the data is misogynistic. You misogynistic data. She's actually correct, and she is shaming men for their opinion, and they're allowed to have their opinion. Men are more attracted to visually in shape, thinner girls. Men like butts and boobs and they like looks. What is the word? They lean more towards visual. Women lean more towards emotional. It's been like that since all of time. So, I'm not misogynistic or whatever the opposite of that. What is the opposite of misogyny? I don't know.
Another thing that we took out of context in the conversation.
Any of y'all
is
like
that,
fat?
do you,
Okay.
I'm not shaming fat people, but would you like to be fat yourself?
no.
I mean, I take care of myself.
Would you like to? Yes or no?
Would you like to be fat?
No,
I don't
would
mind
you
it.
like-
It
Yes
depends
or
on the
no?
context.
Yeah, I'll
No,
be
in the
fat.
context
You
of
want to
it,
answer it.
Yeah, I'll be fat.
Yes or no?
But nobody
Yes.
wants.
You would like to be fat?
Yeah.
Yes.
You would like to?
No.
Yeah,
Or-
that's
or
not
you
bad.
wouldn't
If
mind.
she's happy.
She's
So
fat
that's
If I'm
splaining.
happy.
All
But
she's
he
saying
said,
is
are
on
you
a
You're not
balance.
supposed to
One
fat
heart attack away
explain.
from death.
All she's
And you're
saying.
close to
That
heart
doesn't-
attack too.
I'm not.
Weight does
Where's
not
the
determine
facts
if
on
you're gonna
that?
have a heart attack or
Let's
not.
let him
Here,
finish.
clear the mics
I
really
was an
quick.
EMT. Thanks though.
All she's saying is on a balance of probabilities, men would rather go with the more fit woman than the bigger woman.
Okay,
It's-
excuse
it's-
me.
That's,
Fit.
that's
Excuse
not.
me.
That,
I need to
you know
speak.
what-
I need to speak
You know
now.
what fit means?
No,
You're-
everyone's definition of
we
fit
know.
is different.
No.
Let me say
no,
something. We
the-
need to wait our turns.
No.
That's what I was going to say. First of all, I was invited onto this podcast as a guest to share my opinion. Let me share my experience and my opinion on
Wow.
something. Okay, yes.
What? You were
Initially,
talking, right?
Yeah,
okay,
I was
so
talking.
Yeah,
I
never
lived
got
in
to finish.
Egypt.
I
lived in Egypt for 4 years. All right. In the Middle Eastern culture,
Is she
women that
mansplaining?
are bigger, okay, are actually desired over there. All right. So we are right now talking about our Western experience
Correct.
of beauty standards.
That's where we at.
Yes.
We are currently here, but we are now also
Yes, that's where we're
generalizing the whole world about saying that, oh, only thin women get attention. That's not true
That is not what
across
she
the world
said.
in a
That's
general
not what
sense.
she
Excuse
said.
me, I'm not done. So
You cut me
when,
off as well.
okay.
Nothing's true across the world.
This is not a fair debate.
Yeah.
All right.
You've
So
cut me
in
off
my
multiple times.
experience, when I was living over there, the men actually desire a woman that is bigger because that means that they're being fed, they're being taken care of. That
Oh
is a
my-
woman that is
okay.
of the household that knows to take care of her family.
But
Well,
this
sound like
is-
she
but
got a
this is-
man
No,
already.
I'm
But
done.
this is the thing when you're looking for the exception and not the rule, and this is
That
what,
is
what
true.
women always do.
Yeah.
Whenever we don't like an uncomfortable truth about the world, we say, well, in this one remote part of the world, there's an exception rather than the rule.
Okay.
But in most countries across the board, people prefer thinner women.
I agree.
in your experience in the Western society.
It's data.
Now
No,
you're, but
no,
you're
actually,
generalizing. Right now you're generalizing.
So actually, no, that's not necessarily true. I grew up like traveling to different countries. I've lived in Germany. I've been to India. I live in England right now. So I'm pretty cultured. I grew up with nannies from across the world. I grew up with Russian nannies, South African nannies, Brazilian nannies. It was the same.
Wow. So. Okay. Well, I'm not so sure that they got destroyed. They got some really bad attitudes, but I do like the fact that she tried to call the data misogynistic, which is kind of ridiculous. It is what it is. And you don't have to deny reality because it might make someone feel uncomfortable. And if someone feels uncomfortable, well, that's really a them problem. And if, I'm not super thin. If I wanted to be super thin, then I need to do something about it myself, not blame men that don't actually like women that aren't super thin. So I happen to agree with her. I also didn't like the way that girl cut that guy off. And she was very arrogant about it. Like she has the right to speak and he doesn't because he's a man. I don't agree with that at all. Anyway, so that's the video. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button on your way out and the like button and all the other buttons. And we'll see you real soon. And don't forget to leave a comment too so we can talk about it. All right, bye.